Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video I am so excited because I just received this Natasha Denona Valentine's exclusive set. This is the mini crush palette that comes with a brush as well. So this is the palette and the brush. So I'm excited to create a look with this, and let's just get into the video. So if you're new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe down below, and let's get started. So a little bit about this palette. This palette is a 5 eyeshadow pan palette. This is her mini collection. I have a couple of her minis here. Now this retails for $33 Canadian on the Sephora website. It retails for $25 US on the Sephora US website, and it retails for $32 on the Beautylish website. This is where I picked this up from Beautylish. Now this is a limited edition. This is for Valentine's only. This palette was created based on the mid-size Love palette. So they say that there's a lot of the shades in here are in the Love palette, but I really wanted to get the mini one. Now the shades are Pure Color Pigments, Chroma Crystals, and Mineral Pearls for maximum color payoff on your eyelid. Again, there's 5 eyeshadows in here. We have the Daisy one, which I believe this is the one. This is a sparkling bubblegum pink. We have the Lotus, a matte pink nude. Then we have Koi. This is a matte medium dark cool burgundy. The next one we have Soul. This is a matte medium rosy coral. And then the last one is Claret, and this is a metallic scarlet red. They're stunning. Yeah, let's get into the video. Now this is all you need to know about this palette. This is made in Italy and it's just beautiful. So I'm gonna start with primer. I like to bring you guys with me while I do my complexion and all that. Just my brows are done, but if you want to skip to the part where I do the eyeshadow, I'm gonna have a timestamp linked down below in the description box. But I'm gonna go with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is in the shade 1 Fair, and I'm just going to prime my face with this product. I'm gonna use a pink brush. This is the Moda Complexion brush. Now let's move on to foundation. For foundation, I'm using the Boomx foundation. Look how pretty the packaging is. This is a frosty glass. My friend Laura here on YouTube from Boomxbeauty has this beautiful makeup brand that she created, and she kindly gifted me this foundation. And this is in the shade FK105. It's a satin foundation, SPF 15. This foundation comes with a pump, and it reminds me, and it's even better than that L'Oreal Skin Tint Serum. So I'm gonna pump out one pump. It is so beautiful. Once it melts into your skin, it just adjusts to your skin color. Beautiful, stunning foundation. So for this, I'm gonna use my brush. Now isn't this beautiful? Look, it's just very natural with a little bit of coverage, very glowing, very healthy looking. Now let's move on to concealer. I'm going to use the NARS concealer. This is the Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Light 1. Add a little bit in the inner corner, outer corner, and eyelid. And I'm gonna set this beautiful concealer with my Pat McGrath, and this is the Under Eye Fetish Translucent Powder. Okay, so now for bronzer, I'm gonna use my Rare Beauty bronzing stick. This is in the shade Power Boost. For that, I'm gonna use my Patrick Ta contour brush. This is such a beautiful bronzer. Now I'm gonna add, let's see here, like this, and add just a tiny bit more glow. Okay, so let's go into Natasha Denona Glam Face Palette, and I'm gonna go into this blush and this highlighter. and go into this stunning highlighter. Okay, so let's move on to the eyes. So I've also bought with my purchase with the Natasha Denona Mini Crush palette this unit orange brush. It is a beautiful brush. Look how beautiful that color is. And this is a eyeshadow brush, but the palette comes with the Natasha Denona mini brush, which is a good padding blending brush as well. So you can see the difference, how small the mini one is compared to a regular blending brush. But we're gonna use this too today. So let me make sure that the eyes are patted down. I'm gonna zoom you in and we're gonna get started. Okay, so here is the cute pink palette. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but what I'm thinking is I saw Natasha Denona do a beautiful eye look with this palette on her YouTube channel, and I will try to do something similar to what she did. Not exactly everything what she did, but I'm gonna start with this shade right here. And I'm going to put that, I'm gonna use this blending brush by Unit, and I'm gonna put that in the crease and above. Very pigmented, look at that. So look how beautiful that blended. You start very little and you build it up. So I'm gonna clean this brush a bit and I'm gonna go into this lighter shade right here, and with the tip of the brush dip inside it and clean this edges a bit. Add that light pink at the top of that dark pink we added. Ooh. I normally don't like pink shades to play with that much, but I love Natasha Denona formula and I trust that her palettes work so well on the eyes. Next, I'm gonna go with this shade right here and I'm gonna put it all over the lid. I'm gonna use my finger and put it kind of in the middle and drag it all over the lid. This is such a pretty shade. Look at that. I still have lots on my finger. I love it. Okay, so let's intensify the outer corner. So I'm gonna go with the middle matte shade right there and use the Natasha Denona brush and just add this kind of in the outer V corner right here. The brush itself is very soft and I love a flat blending brush like this, but the part where you hold the brush is quite tiny, so when you work you notice that when you hold it you kind of have to hold it right away, like at the end of the actual brush, so it's a little bit difficult to use it for blending. Okay, so we darken out the outer corner. Now I'm gonna go in with my NYX Vivid Brights eyeliner in the shade VBE06, which is this one. I'm gonna create a line right there and smudge it out. Let's try this. This is a Real Techniques shading brush. And try to smudge this line and blend it in with the shadow there. I just want to have a nice liner there. Oh, this looks pretty. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into this dark shade right here with the same smudging off brush and kind of add above that liner to intensify it. And with the same one, I'm gonna add it in here in the crease so you can see it more. Just like that. And I'm just going to blend this in here in the crease a bit. So I'm gonna go with the Natasha Denona brush and try to diffuse any sharp lines I've got here. I'm gonna go into that first Units brush and dip into this lightest pink here and add at the top here diffuse any sharp lines. I'm gonna bring this pencil and kind of create I want to connect that wing right there. Like that, and kind of smudge them. This looks interesting. Okay, now let's get back into that dark shade with this Real Techniques brush and darken this corner up a bit more. And then I'm gonna go into this orange units brush and try to diffuse everything. In the inner corner, we're gonna put this shimmery shade. So I'm gonna use this Real Techniques brush because it's the smallest, and I'm gonna try add this in the inner corner. I've seen Natasha Denona do this as well. We're gonna work on the lower lash line now. So for the lower lash line, I'm gonna start with this very, let's see, with which one? Let's start with this one right here. I'm gonna go into that unit brush. But I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go into that NYX Vivids liner, and I'm gonna bring it down here. From that top one, I'm gonna bring it down a bit here. And I think I'm gonna go into that dark shade right here and just use my smudger brush and just smudge out here the outer corner only. And now I'm gonna get my Rare Beauty brush, which is this concealer brush, and I'm gonna take my NARS concealer and grab some on my brush. Let's get a clean brush. So this is a BH Cosmetics fluffy brush, and I'm just going to diffuse lines up here. I want them to be nicely blended. And I think in the inner corner here, I'm gonna go with a flat brush like this and go into this light shade and add here. I think I darken it too much there. So I'm gonna pop off camera, add some mascara. I'm gonna use my regular Essence Lash Princess Mascara and enjoy this intermission, and I will be right back. Okay, so here are the eyes complete. What I did is I added more of this sparkly reddish tone in the inner corner and connected it with the top. It seemed like it was a little bit too bare, and then I added my mascara. Now let's go ahead and add lips. For lips, I'm gonna use from Boomxbeauty. This is the Lipstain in the shade FS76, this beautiful pink, and I'm gonna use this Morphe eyeliner in the shade Foolish. Okay, so here are the lips and finished look. So here are the eyes close up. I think that they turned out really good, and I just love Natasha Denona formula. Okay, so here are the eyes from afar with the lipstick. I love this pink lipstick. I really wanted to use it. So this is the lipstick by Boomxbeauty. It's like a lip stain. It dries up. It's like satin, matte. It dries up. It feels very comfortable. It doesn't transfer on your teeth, and the color looks very pretty. Anyways, let's move on now to the two products that are new today in today's video. This is the Unit Blending Brush 309. I love this brush. Very soft, perfect for blending. Look at that top. It's just beautiful, and this is the Natasha Denona Valentine's exclusive mini crush palette, and my thoughts on this palette. Now, if you love Natasha Denona and you're a big fan, then I definitely recommend this palette. It comes with a bonus with a brush. You normally spend the same amount of money on the other mini palettes and you don't get a brush, but this is cute to have. It's a good traveling brush. It's good. I wish the handle was bigger, but it cannot be bigger because it needs to fit the actual packaging that this palette comes into. These are beautiful shades. My least favorite, and because I always like to have a darker shade, is the middle one. It looks pretty dark, and when you swatch it as well, but it took me a little bit more to blend it and darken it to the level that I want it to be darkened to. But other than that, all of these shades swatched and performed beautifully, just like all of the other Natasha Denona palettes. This is a beautiful exclusive Valentine's palette, which is limited edition. I love the sparkly ones. This is probably one of my favorite. I love to use it in the inner corner like I did, and I love to use this all over the eyelid. You can create so many looks from more simple to more sophisticated with this palette. If you don't love pinks, if you're not into pinks, then maybe this palette is not for you. But I really don't like pink eyeshadows, and I'm actually very happy with how the eye look turned out. I think it looks very nice. Usually pink makes people look like you have pink eye or sick, but I think that the way this turned out looks very stunning on the eyes, very beautiful, very minimal fallout, especially with this one right here. So it's just no kick up in the pan. It's just a great palette to have in your collection, so I definitely recommend it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this look. I tried to do something different with that wing liner there, and I really liked it and enjoyed it. I used the NYX Vivids liner in this purple shade. Remember, this is more of a waxy feeling, so be careful when you create the line not to make a mistake, because it's going to be very hard to remove. Those are my final thoughts. I'd recommend it if you like Natasha Denona, if you like pinks, and if you really enjoyed this video, I would love for you to subscribe down below. It means so much to me. Now, always remember to be yourself. Have a wonderful day, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.